All right, the revelation that I'm about to share with you guys is beyond me. It is way beyond me. The first calculation was given to me by a subscriber, which I thank you, sir. But the second part to this revelation, connecting the dot, I just did it. I was, looking at things and doing calculations, and it's all over. Okay, I have no doubts that September 23rd, the Feast of Trumpets, is the rapture. And I'm going to show you calculations, please, that when you look at them, and you can even do them yourself, this cannot be denied. What I'm about to show you is so crazy. These revelations keep getting more mind-blowing as we go on, so let's just get to it. From September 11th, 9/11, 2001, the Twin Towers, right? We'll start there, and we understand that that's all connected with Trump, right? The 9/11, he's the 45th and the 47th president. 4 plus 5 is 9. 4 plus 7 is 11. But 9/11 also is rapture, because 9 times 11 is 99, which is the value of rapture and ascension and new moon, which is about the Feast of Trumpets, because no man knows the day and the hour, because we're looking for the new moon, and that's when the Feast of Trumpets begins. So that's all 99. 9 times 11 is 99, connected to the rapture, and it was a whole giant ritual. A lot of people believe that 9/11 was either the day of the conception of Jesus or the birth of Jesus, okay? So they did that. This is all planned out, listen. So from that day, connected to Trump, connected to the rapture, and all kinds of other things connected to the beginning of the Great Tribulation. That's what it is also. I'm going to show you this. I'm going to prove this, okay? From that day, 9/11, 2001, Twin Towers, to the Feast of Trumpets 2025, 9/23, September 23rd this year, the Feast of Trumpets. The day count in between those days is 8,778 days. That's what somebody showed me. I didn't get that 8778 on my own. I didn't look that up myself. Somebody showed me that. And thank God they did, because now what I found is the deal killer. This confirms this is too crazy. Matthew chapter 24, verse 36. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. The infamous Matthew 24, verse 36 verse. And this is 100% about the rapture. Some people out there are like, no, that's about, no, this is about the rapture. Now watch this. Matthew 24, 36, 24:36. How many days was from September 11, 2001, Twin Towers, to September 23rd, 2025, Feast of Trumpets? It's exactly 8,778 days. 8778. Now we look at Matthew 24:36. 24:36. Matthew 24:36. 24:36. Plus what, guys? What do we do here on this channel? It's about mirrors and reflections. So add this number to its reflection. 6, 3, 4, 2. Are you ready for this? This is the rapture verse. Equals 8778 on the dot. The exact amount of days from Twin Towers 9/11, 2001 to the Feast of Trumpets, September 23rd, 2025. You guys, there's no way. This is, forget about it. Forget about it. Forget about it. Now watch this. Watch this. 8778, right? Well, watch this. 87 plus 78 is 165. I know that number because watch this. When you add that number to its reflection, 561, guess what you get? 726 Harpazo. 726 Harpazo out of that number as well. Oh, goodness. And then take the Harpazo number like I showed you guys. Multiply it to itself backwards. Somebody showed me this as well. Times itself backwards, 627 equals 2025 from right to left and the number 45. 45 is the square root of 2025, which means that 45 times 45 equals 2025. Enoch equals 45, simple gematria, raptured. Elijah equals 45, simple gematria, raptured. Daniel equals 45, simple gematria, and he was all about the Antichrist and Jacob's trouble. Hello, people. We are here. Psalm chapter 45 is about the royal wedding between Jesus, the King, and his church. Genesis chapter 45 is about there's a great deliverance, and they go up to the Father's house and sup with him. Guys, we are going to be raptured at the Feast of Trumpets this year. And it's not me. This is not my opinion. Did you see what I just showed you? Now watch this. Watch this. 8778, right? Well, let's break it down. 8 plus 7 is 15. And 7 plus 8 is 15. So we have two 15s there, right? So we have two 15s. Watch this. 15 times 15 is 225. That number look familiar? 2025? 225? So out of the number 8778, we got 726 Harpazo, and we got 2025. And this is the exact day count from 9/11 to 9/23. Twin Towers to Feast of Trumpets this year. I think you guys, you need to share this video because we are there. There is no, I don't know what else to say. We are here. Okay.
Every day I carry with me a card. I've been doing this for the better part of 14 years. It's my schedule. On the back of it, wherever the schedule ends, there's always a black box that I have here. It says Daily Troop Updates. U.S. troops died in Iran and Afghanistan. 6,000, as of today, 923. Not roughly 6,900, 923. Because every one of these fallen angels left behind a family. Not roughly 6,900, 923. Because every one of these fallen angels left behind a family.
888. Donald J. Trump equals 888. Rapture Escape equals 888. Rapture Year equals 888. And look at the top. Project Bluebeam equals 888. All in the exact same type of gematria, English gematria. This is amazing to me because of what Project Bluebeam is and how it is connected to the rapture, right? Because whenever the rapture happens, this Feast of Trumpets, then Project Bluebeam is going to be used on the masses to deceive the masses, you know, whether they're going to tell them UFOs took us or aliens took us or whatever they make up. What they are not going to tell them is that Jesus took us in the rapture, for sure. And so Project Bluebeam, as you guys know, most of you, projects images in the sky and who knows what other technology they have. Maybe projects images in people's minds even. I've seen technology like that online. And, I mean, and it's a timely thing too, right? because Rapture Escape and Project Bluebeam and Rapture Year equaled Donald J. Trump. And here he is, right? Donald J. Trump, the last Trump. And this revelation that somebody showed me a while back about Matthew 24:37 is just wow. Because 24 times 37 is 888. And what verse is that? But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. We have the days of Noah talked about, and then the coming of the Son of Man. That verse equals 888 when multiplied. Jesus equals 888 in Greek, right? And, Trump and all the other things. So this is all pointing to this year. The rapture, Donald Trump, Project Bluebeam, the Great Deception, Matthew 24:37, the days of Noah. But how do we know it's pointing to 2025, not 26 or 27 or 28? Well, because we have another confirmation in the dimensions of Noah's Ark. 300 cubits by 50 cubits by 30 cubits. When you multiply them twice, 300 times 50 times 30 times 300 times 50 times 30, you get 2025 with 8 zeros. Again, the number 8. All these 8s, right? 8 is the number of people that got on the ark. 8 is the number for new beginnings. And 8 is the number for eternity. The never-ending number, just infinity. So it's 2025. It's not pointing to 26, not pointing to 27 or 30 or 31. This is a confirmation that it's pointing to 2025. And it's concerning the days of Noah because we're using the dimensions of the ark. I mean, it's incredible. But I mean, look at that. Project Bluebeam is the same as Rapture Escape and Rapture Year. I mean, that is too perfect. We're talking all in the same type of gematria. It's not like this type and then another type and then we match them. No. It's all in the same type of gematria. And we know that the Gospels talk about escaping all these things to come. Well, that's the rapture escape, right? Like, it's very specific. And that equals the same thing as Project Bluebeam, and we know what they're going to use it for. I mean, it's going to have to do with the Great Deception when the rapture happens and the UFOs and the aliens. I mean, that's amazing. These numbers speak. They're confirming just what we thought. That's a clip of a whale jumping inside of a basketball court, It's like, if they could do that, what can they really do? What are they holding out on us with? I can't even imagine. And I mean, if it only takes making up fake stories and putting fake images on a TV to deceive most of the people of the world, or at least many of them, and then they bust this out on them, oh man, it's a done deal. They're done. Forget about whales jumping in basketball courts. What about, UFOs flying everywhere and little aliens or monsters, going through walls and from place to place? I mean, most of the people left behind won't even have a chance. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. I'll never forget these verses unless some traumatic brain injury happens. Starting at verse 11, and for this cause God shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned, who believed not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. So ultimately, the hand behind all of this is God. Ultimately, He knows all of it. And He's not happy with a lot of people. And He's going to send them, and is sending them, strong delusion because they refused to believe truth. And that's the judgment of God, at least part of it. Take your mind first,